Welcome to the second episode of my Forever World, where I'm going to be gearing up as much as possible before I head to the Nether in the third episode. So I was making a ladder down to the best Y level for diamond strip mining when I found a vein of diamonds. This would help me later on when I needed an enchanting table back at the village that I had found in the first episode. I opted for ladders going up and down because it's a lot quicker than stairs, especially if I have a water source at the bottom where I can just jump into. The village that I had found was in a savanna biome, right next to the ruined nether portal that I'd also found, which I couldn't loot entirely because I didn't have a iron pickaxe to get the gold block. I didn't go back and forth very often, but when I did it was such a pain because it was such a long distance. By the way, I decided to download a mod to help me when I'm building because crafting a whole stack of something takes so long, and this just helps. Here, as you can see, it does nothing but save a bit of time, allowing me to craft everything quickly. That's the only thing I'll ever be using. And I wouldn't hide it if I was gonna use any other mod. Okay, so by killing stray cows, I managed to get enough leather to get me 15 bookshelves for my enchanting setup. And I decided to do it not too far off. I can always move it or just make another one. So yeah, this is the start of my setup. It looks horrible, but I'm not going for looks right now. Also, thanks to trading, I managed to get my levels up to 31, so I decided to enchant my first diamond pick. Hey, it's not that bad, but I would have preferred fortune. At least now I can mine quickly, and then the other ores I'll mine with a different pickaxe. So yeah, I went down to the mines to get a lot of iron for trading because leveling up those armors and toolsmiths and weaponsmiths was very difficult without any iron. And I still use my method of mining upwards instead of to the side. It seems to work great for me, but I might just be lucky. I never tested this, so I don't recommend it. So I managed to master 2 armors, and they give me 75% of the armor that I need. I need the chest plate, but no matter what I did with the third, I never got it. I don't know if armors have a lower chance of giving you a chest plate than the other pieces because it's always such a pain to get it. By the way, most of these emeralds I'm getting from trading with Fletcher's sticks for emeralds. From a weaponsmith, all I need for an iron axe is 3 emeralds, and with an iron axe I can already cut down like 2 trees, which gives me 2 stacks of wood, which can give me about 32 emeralds, so it's a net positive. It's slow, but it works. The first bit of enchanting went horribly wrong. I want protection 4 at least, but I kept getting protection 3 without anything else. So I decided to disenchant and reenchant everything later on. But despite having a steady XP supply from all my villagers, the XP is just not enough. So I decided to make a gold farm with a trident killer. I need quartz for my observers, so I had to make a nether portal and carefully go into the nether without dying. I also need a lot of obsidian for 2 giant portals, which will be switching on and off. I had found a lava pool which took care of the obsidian problem. You can see in my inventory I already have over 1.5 stacks. Or at least until I made my nether portal. So I entered the nether with stone to make a little building around the nether portal. Doesn't look good, it's just to give me a bit more protection against ghosts. I don't want them to spot me when I enter the nether and blast me immediately, because the nether does load a bit slowly, and in that time I could be bombarded with fireballs, and I do not want that. Not planning to do a lot in the nether. I've tried it in the past and it was very annoying, especially because of those ghosts, but also various other reasons. So I decided in this world I'm just going to build in the overworld and maybe in the end dimension. So during the fight with this piglin, I thought I was wearing iron armor, so I was being very careful. I completely forgot that I had diamond armor with protection 3 at least. So this caution was unnecessary, but better to be safe than sorry. I went to get a bit of quartz and actually encountered a ghost, which scared me into hiding. As you can see in the top left bar, this is not hardcore. This is going to be my forever world, but I still want to die as little as possible, which actually doesn't work out very well this episode, and I'll tell you why later. Since I had given up on finding an armorer with diamond chestplate, I went down to Y negative 50 something and went mining for diamonds. I didn't get many diamonds, enough for a chestplate at least, but I did find an iron vein. And with all that iron, I managed to max out my weaponsmith and toolsmith with ease, make hoppers for my gold farm, and make an anvil. Now I could enchant my armor with all the books that I already had. All the enchanting will happen at once at the very end of this episode. Also, I nearly died to that. And you'll never believe what I found on my way to the lava pool. Completely natural spawning. I still have no pink flowers, so I couldn't have dyed it. Anyway, it took me 3 trident drowns to finally get one that dropped his trident. And let's just say I was very excited for the trident killer. Also got a mending villager, which actually didn't take very long to get. If I remember correctly, it didn't take more than a Minecraft day. No thanks. So making the item sorter was a nightmare. As I mentioned earlier, back in the nether, I died, and that was because of a baby zombified piglin who escaped when I was making the item sorter, and he killed me twice. Also, I messed up, and I thought it was because of the part of the sorting system that burns the golden swords, but it wasn't. So I was just trying to fix that, and all that time it was all right. And the only problem was actually this part. Also, this is not a design made by me. Many people use this design, so I don't know who the credit goes to. And this is the footage of me making the wrong sorting system, so don't try copy it. If I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to be one block lower. All of it. Here's the anvil that I mentioned earlier. It's still alive now at the time of editing, but I don't think I can combine much more. Got a very lucky Fortune 3 diamond pick earlier, so I decided to get 5 books of mending, one for each arm piece and one for that pickaxe. By the way, losing all those emeralds that I had grinded for, just for a few mending books. Oh my emeralds. No.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm doing this episode. The gold XP farm is done. I have the levels, I have the books I need, I have the lapis. Here's the lucky pick I got. By the way, I made sure everything had the enchants I wanted them to have beforehand. Like protection 4. Only my sword was still unenchanted. I got sharpness 4 on that sword and I had a book with looting 3, so everything was set. Anyways, I'm pretty much ready for whatever may come. Honestly, this is all I need for the Nether, the end ships, trial chambers. I will try get everything fully enchanted, of course, but for now I'm content with what I have. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna go beat Malgosha and free the Nether so that I can finally have creativity in all the dimensions. But in all seriousness, I'm ready for the next episode. Coming for you, Blazes.